Helping you live healthy. Welcome back. This week marks National Drug and Alcohol Facts Week. According to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, more than 80,000 people die every year from alcohol-related deaths here in the U.S. Experts say understanding the dangers of alcohol abuse and its impact on society can help you and your loved ones make healthier choices and live just a better life. So joining me now to debunk some common myths about drug and alcohol addiction, Dr. Barbara Gracious. Appreciate you coming in from Orange Park Medical Center. First, I want to just take the stigma off of it, because I think a lot of people are embarrassed if they have an alcohol problem, but they need to know there are a lot of folks out there who are struggling. There are some who maybe think that maybe they drink too much, but they don't know if they have a problem. So it's a real conversation that we need to have in this community.
Definitely. It impacts so many lives, and not just the people who are using, but also their families, their work settings, their communities, and it's such a loss of their personness in their communities. So I feel very strongly that they need to seek help, and that they should know that help is available.
It's available. It's out there.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the myths, because I think, a lot of people say, hey, if I have a stable job, my family looks good, I'm not addicted.
Yeah.
That maybe I'm a functioning alcoholic. I'm sure you've heard that before.
Right. Just because you have a stable job, it doesn't mean that you have a drug or alcohol. Doesn't mean that you don't have a drug or alcohol problem. Many people are able to hide it or suppress their drinking at times when they need to, and unfortunately that leads to delays in identification and treatment.
Mm-hmm. And there are some of us who can say, hey, I'm not going to drink today, but there are folks who every day they need it. They're addicted to this. So that myth out there is that drug and alcohol addiction is a choice, and in some cases that's not the case.
That's correct. When people first start, it might seem like a choice at the beginning, but when people become addicted, can really depend on their own genetics and their use patterns as they start. And so they can begin, but as they continue, it actually changes their brain chemistry, changes their body, and so they do start seeking it more regularly and become addicted.
Can you put a number on it? Because there are folks who every day may drink a glass of wine just to unwind. That person necessarily wouldn't be someone you'd say is addicted or is abusing alcohol.
Right.
When does it start to become an issue?
I think, the family medicine physicians state that if you're drinking more than 3 to 4 glasses of wine a day, for women, that's a problem. And if you're drinking just slightly higher for men, 4 to 5, that's also a problem.
Yeah. And we're talking glasses because we have these wine glasses now that are humongous.
Right.
So one glass, maybe 3 glasses technically. All right, so this is one I think is very interesting, because a lot of people think, okay, so I drink a little bit, it affected me, then I drink a little more, maybe it didn't affect me as much. So every day you're increasing the amount that you're drinking. So you say, oh, so my tolerance is going up over time. I don't have a problem, I just can handle more.
Yeah, correct. Tolerance is an issue that is something we look for when we're talking with patients about their use, and if someone has become tolerant, that's a key warning sign that they need to stop and take it very seriously, because as they're drinking more, they're contributing to other changes in the body and putting their GI tracts in their brain at increased risk.
And let's talk about what it does to your body, because a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to have a drink so I can go to sleep. But that's not necessarily the remedy for that.
Right. Sleep disturbances are actually a risk factor for substance use, in particular alcohol at bedtime. But alcohol throws off your REM sleep, and so it makes you feel like you actually have slept worse.
Okay, so it doesn't give you a better night's sleep
by
drinking. Okay, and just some quick warning signs that you want to be aware of. Family history of alcoholism or drug addiction, using alcohol or drugs as a coping mechanism, and then also your social, personal, and professional life has been negatively impacted by alcohol or drugs. If you are relating to this interview, if you feel like that's you, there's a lot of help out there, a lot of centers that certainly will give you that help. Also, Orange Park Medical Center, that's an option as well. So if you'd like to review this interview, maybe you want to push it out to someone in your life who you love, who you know is struggling, we'll get this on news4jax.com. You'll find it under the Live Healthy section on our website. Thank you for coming in.
You're most welcome.